Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. I hope you all have a safe Memorial Day weekend. If you can, take 1 minute out of the 3 days and say a prayer for our men and women in uniform fighting for this country who have given their lives, and also for the police and the fire departments who also risk their lives for us, the American citizen. That being said, holy shit, what the hell is going on? The Democrats are, the next few days, you watch, they're going to be crazy. What's going on? This is my little Friday weekend review, but so much has gone on over the last 2 days. I forgot what the hell happened Monday and Tuesday. So what's happening? Let's start with an attention grabber. The actual calling out for President Trump's assassination by Brennan, Pelosi, Comey. What? What am I talking about? Pelosi, in her ramblings yesterday, called for President Trump to have an intervention. Now, these people speak a different language than the rest of us speak. And sometimes they give it away. Brennan, in an interview a long time ago, has nothing to do with what's going on now. But Brennan, in an interview, had a Freudian slip. And that slip was, they were talking about the Kennedy assassination or the intervention. He actually called the Kennedy assassination an intervention. Oh well. What else? Brennan, who I'm pretty sure he's not some Bible-thumping Christian, decides to quote the Bible. Anything in particular? James 3:13. That got my attention right away because 3:13 is a very, very important number in my family. It's also one of my best friend's birthday. What's up, birthday? And whatever. But what else is 3:13 famous for? The Zapruder film, the film of the Kennedy assassination. Frame 313 is the frame where Kennedy's head explodes. That's the frame. That's the one. There's probably documentaries that are called 313. I haven't looked, but I'm pretty sure they're out there. So you have that. President Trump ordering Barr to declassify part one. This is only part one. If they were to declassify everything all at once, it would be like dropping the Encyclopedia Britannica, all 26 volumes or letters of whatever, however you want to call it, on your head at one time. So they got to give it to you one little book at a time so you could analyze, go over. Well, what's in this declass? From what's being said, we're talking about exculpatory evidence for Papadopoulos and Page that show, now mind you, according to what they've been saying, they weren't spied on. Papadopoulos, Page, they're speaking to these people, Joseph Mifsud, what the hell's the Australian guy's name? I can't think of his name now. So many people, you got me, whatever. But supposedly, there's transcripts. They were wired. So wait a minute. If Papadopoulos talks to somebody, and that somebody's supposed to be a Russian agent, how do we have a recording of the conversation? Unless we wired the Russian agent. So they supposedly had this evidence. Now this is before the FISA court, when they went to the FISA courts with the applications. Why is this important? There was a case not too long ago. I'm going to give you a quick exculpatory evidence thing to think about. Imagine your friend is murdered, okay? You've had arguments with him, you know, fights, nothing crazy, but a lot of people know about it. Cops come to your door and arrest you because they think you murdered him. They don't have a weapon, they don't have nothing. So they say, oh, he was murdered January 1st at noon. So you tell the cops, well, January 1st at noon, I was 1,800 miles away in Disney World. They, being the good investigators they are, go to Disney World, look at the surveillance tapes, and boop, there you are, standing online for a roller coaster at noon on January 1st. So they take that evidence and do nothing with it. They either don't give it to the DA, they give it to the DA, and the DA doesn't present it, doesn't tell anybody about it, and with circumstantial evidence, you get found guilty of the murder of your friend. That's basically what's happened here, in a nutshell. So now you have this is going to come out. This is going to be, like I said, this is only chapter 1. This is only book 1 of the encyclopedia. There's going to be a lot more to follow. Things to look forward to. I wrote some things down because I couldn't keep track of everything. You're going to find out that President Obama had an illegal surveillance program called the Hammer. Now, what did the Hammer do? The Hammer was basically targeted millions of Americans, but specifically can target people individually. Once you're targeted by the Hammer, I think it's H-A-M-R, they call it Hammer, or whatever. Once you're targeted by this program, computer system, whatever the hell it is, Brennan and Clapper, Obama charged Brennan and Clapper to put this together. And the reason we know about it is the guy that programmed it and practically built it became a whistleblower because he saw what they were using it with. But you don't know this because why would the press print this out? Why would we? Well, this is no big deal. How big a deal this is? Remember the movie The Dark Knight? And at the end, I don't remember Morgan Freeman's character's name. Was it Fox? Is that why I said that? I don't know. Batman tells him to open up that big computer system that can spy on every phone at the same time, and imagine that over the whole nation. That's what the Hammer is. And Morgan Freeman goes, well, if you have me do this, I quit, because this is too much for any person to have. Or that's what this is, but over the whole nation. That's going to come out a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. We're going to know about that eventually. But they're losing their minds. They're panicking. And you're going to see, I wouldn't be surprised if something happens this weekend. Usually that's how, in fact, the day the whistleblower, the day they put this out, it was on Dr. Dave Jender's show. The day they put this information out about the Hammer, the very next day is when they started the Russia collusion investigation. That's normally how they do things. As soon as something happens to point a finger at them, they immediately do something to steer it away. It happened with Papadopoulos' arrest. It happened with Stone's arrest. Everything is timed to take attention from a story that's heading their direction. So don't be surprised if something ridiculous happens this weekend. I hope not. We seem to be catching things. We seem to be in front of a lot of things. A lot of things seem to be going our way. We shall see. But this is what we've been waiting for. This is part 1, the D-Class. I don't expect it this weekend, but you never know. There's rumors that it's going to involve the Five Eyes. For those of you who don't know what the Five Eyes are, basically it's the 5 countries, United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand. They kind of have an agreement where they can spy on each other's citizens. Because technically it's against the law for the CIA and the United States to spy on American citizens. It's not against the English law, it's not against Canadians' law. So what they do is they spy on each other's citizens for them, basically. A little more complicated than that, but that's the 3-year-old version of it, so everybody understands what the hell it is. If that information is in this first D-class. Now, President Trump has a schedule for the next week and a half. Tomorrow he goes to Japan for 2 days. Then he has like a week of nothing on his schedule. Then he has to go to the UK. If the UK, because we know the UK is involved in this. If the UK is in this first session, they might wait till he's in the UK or right before he goes to the UK to bring this out to the people. But we don't know. Only Trump and his people know right now what the hell they're talking about. But the last few months of my videos have been the preview. Today, we'll call today the part of the movie experience where the box of popcorn and the boxes and the cup of soda dancing around. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. That's where we are now. So when the D-class comes out, Act 1 for the movie. It's gonna be a trilogy. It's gonna be 3 long movies. But things are happening. The Democrats are losing. Did you hear Pelosi yesterday? What did I tell you a month or 2 ago? She can't talk more than 20 seconds without sounding like a mumbling, stuttering fucking idiot. I love it. Biden, he's catching whatever the hell Pelosi's got. He's rambling and stuttering and can't get through a speech without making 18 mistakes. And North Korea now is making fun of him. North Korea is making fun of Joe Biden. You see Kim Jong-il's fucking haircut? They're making fun of him? What does that tell you? Imagine Sleepy Joe in a meeting with the Chinese president, Xi. Can you imagine what Xi's going to do to Biden? You might as well call this country Little China after that meeting. But until then, we got to keep him out. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Take care of one another. I'll see you next week. Unless something good happens this weekend. And then I'll be back here. Bye.